All right, good morning, everyone. Quick little, let's say quick. We're gonna do couple things still to the rabbit. S&P. If you guys have a Mk1, hit up Sal at S&P Automotive. Also, he was on sometime last year, People's Car Podcast. A good episode. Very humble man. These are, if I remember correctly, these are Monroe air shocks. So we're hooking up airlines, and instead of, a tank and compressor, we will just be using shop air. Okay. So ultimately, what we'll do is we will have this probably in the fuel tank, or not the fuel tank, at the filler point. We'll put this there. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to raise the front. Oh, okay. So this will show everything you need. Okay. Basically do a quick little read through and we'll go from there. Alright. Floor to center, 21.5. Yeah. Alright. Then up here, this is at 20. Whew. So I think the goal is to raise it an inch. If that's an inch on the coil or what have you. But yeah, raise it about an inch for the front. That should level it out enough. All right, I've raised it up a little bit. I think I'll have to fine tune it once I get the air shocks installed, but that will be later. Because now, about to hit the road, go see my brother. All right. Picked up this topper from a guy locally, semi-locally. I just went and washed it, or at least attempted to. It looks like it does not want to clean well. Also, some previous owner drilled holes in it, so you know. What I'm gonna do some cleaning on this thing. And then we will lift it up and mount, after we get it cleaned, sorted, maybe tightened up a little bit, we will then install the air shocks for the rear. Okay. I had adjusted the fronts, drove around a bit. I needed to see how well it was doing. So, but we do need to take the topper off, mostly because the clamps I have on it, these big ones, are for the F100. So I'll take these off. I also have some gasket material we're used to fill this area. Basically, it will all be on the topper, and then We'll extend it as much as we need to so it fits in there. And I do have some plugs. They should work. So, well, I tried to clean the glass. I used glass cleaner and then Goo Gone. Nothing. I even tried to scrape it. I don't know if it's just like it probably just needs to be retinted and like deep cleaned, but the top is sort of the same way. Like, you see? So, what I'm going to do now is fill these holes up. What I have these. These should work. And what I'll do is slide it in. Okay. But with RTV. And then we should be good. All right. Take it, push it down. I'm about to get a rag to wipe them up. But basically, there we go. All right. Before, after. The big reason for the RTV, well, first, I mean, the plugs don't fit 100%. So once it dries and cures, I'll hold it on and ideally keep majority of the moisture out, right? I guess I understand why someone put rails on it, but I mean, unless you're just carrying like a surfboard or something, I can't really think of a reason to. All right, we'll let them dry for a little bit. Now to fix the bed, the molding. So I'm going to take the clamps off, move the bed, or move the topper back, add the seal, and go from there. Local truck supply place gave me some rubber sealant that they use on the beds of trucks. So the guy was like, yeah man, I got extra. And we measured this, or he handed me this piece, and it seems to pretty much fit. Okay. If I need to add a little on the corners, we'll do that, but yeah. Also, I was like, hey man, so I got these clamps, but they were off my F100. I was just trying to see what do you have for sale. He's like, oh, there you go. They gave me these. So not only are they black, which is superior, but also they are much smaller and looks like they should hook in better. Again, I didn't ask for any of the stuff. I just asked if he had it for sale. He almost looked like he was in a rush and was like, "Ah, here you go." It's like, I normally don't do handouts, but here you go. I'm very grateful that he helped me out. thank you. And yeah, so I'm gonna take some painter's tape, mask off this rubber, and see how it works. I'm cutting the corner, so this way it tucks in better and hopefully gives a little bit of a better seal. So another seal on all the way across. Put this seal, jam it together, and then should be good to go. Alright, appears to be sealed fairly decently. I mean, I do not expect airtight perfection, what have you, but it's better than what it was, right? Also, clamps are installed throughout. And then, of course, what we must do on the back of anything, add some stickers, right? The ones in the corners, available, psprojects.com. Actually, I have, so I think they're $4 shipped, okay? And I know it seems a little high for a sticker, but that covers, basically, I'm making maybe $1 between packing materials and what have you. And I'm not really trying to make money off of them, just trying to spread my name out there, right? But if you buy all 3, and the third one is this one, $10. So you get more bang for your buck. And heck, I might be adjusting prices shortly. We'll see. I've been running numbers and trying to see which works the best. But yeah. Also, for those of you that ordered Run Rabbit Run shirts, dropped them off earlier today in the Rabbit. So, I have a couple more to deliver that are local people here in person. And then I wasn't going to, but I printed some more for Lowered at the Lawn. Whatever's left will go on the website. Okay? So the site will probably go down. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out logistically or how to run it. Not that I get a bunch of orders, but I would hate for an order to come in while I'm trying to sell the last of something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could make it work out, but I also don't want someone to be with what they ordered, right? 15 it is. Well, as expected, I was told that you more than likely would have to trim the bottom, and definitely do. All right, I'll get the grinder and just take some away, because let's see how much. Oh yeah, this won't fit either way. All right, what is the first thing you do whenever you get a new part, new vehicle, new anything? We modify it. I'm gonna let it cool off for a second, and then cover it in some paint. But yeah, that should fit. Probably trimmed a little bit too much on the bushing. But hey, such is life, right? Also, new pad for my a new flap disc. So I just bought these. So I definitely worked much quicker than this well used one. Make sure you have the air fitting pointed towards the center. Oh, I cannot see if it is or isn't on the... It doesn't look like it is. Oh, it doesn't feel like it is. All right, so the top bolt, for whatever reason, will not thread back into that nut, and the nut is fixed on there. So what I'm gonna do now, okay, this lip, the guy I got, Noah, who I got the topper from, he just said, here's a flap wheel. Grind this away. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, let's see how well this goes. All right. As you can see, it's starting to take stuff away. So I'm going to keep going up and down. All right. And then we'll check back in once it's ready. Well, if you could see, pretty much I just did the whole edge. Okay. Definitely feels better. Part of me wonders if it just needs the weight of... I don't know. I went to put a jack on it earlier and it still didn't do anything. So I don't have any pliers wide enough. I'm going to get some in the morning. See if I can clamp it and see if it'll tighten. And yes, that means I'm probably taking that back off and what have you. But I bought the air shocks. I would like to use them. I feel like that's what I should be using, especially if I want to keep loading stuff in the bed of the truck. All right, good morning. So, I've had some time to brainstorm and stuff. All right. I'm gonna take the driver's side apart, see if it goes back together. Because ultimately I just need to go to the air shocks regardless, right? If I can't thread it back in, all I'm gonna do is knock that bolt out or something, or that nut off, and put a new bolt in it. New bolt nut up top. I'll just get a lock washer and some Loctite, and then just... I feel like that will work. I'll probably do new hardware on the bottom as well. So, let's give me I will knock this out first. All right. Well, we have good news. I have not so good news. Driver's side in all the way. Basically, I mean, a little finagling to get this in, but it's in, okay? Also, yes, I see how close this is. I guess hindsight, I should have gone the other way. But I pulled this tight. We'll see how this works. Also, if I can just go up or over, or... I don't know where it's going to quite sit when the air is on it. Or when it's, you know, not air, but when it's on its own weight. So, hopefully this doesn't mean I need to redo it. But based on my luck, probably. So, Actually, I think I might just go ahead and take it out and go the other way. Annoying, but probably the right way. Well, next, after that, so the direction of the shock, that does not matter over here. What does matter, let's see if I can show it to you. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but the thread is trashed, roached. So that's why the bolt will not start. So, I don't have any taps. Because I picked up a tap and die set from Harbor Freight. A, because it's Sunday. B, because hopefully this is not my trend for a while, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure if anyone's seen this before, but you can measure the thread. Okay? It should... Honestly, I think it's... So 1.5? Yeah, so... If you could see it... It's definitely a 1.5. Yep, because 1.75 doesn't quite line up, but the 1.5 definitely does. Seems to be working. Hot dog. Well, would help if I was pointing at it, but yes. So that's working. All right. Well, that's good. They're not messed up. Looks like we figured out a solution, right? That's good. All right. Unless otherwise specified, install the units with the air fittings pointing towards the center. Which, I mean, I already showed you why I flipped the one. Some units are marked with an L or R after the part number. Be sure to install these units on the proper side of the vehicle. L is driver, R is passenger. Well, with as wonderful as this quick afternoon project was supposed to be, I would like to point out I don't know, can you see that? That right there is an R. So guess what? Flipping shocks. I show you this stuff. A, should I have read thoroughly? Yeah. B, none of us are perfect. And, you know, reason 12 is whatever time you think it will take, double it. And then if you're recording, double it again. All right, well, let me, I'm gonna take the shocks back off, flip them around. I will decide in a few minutes if I am putting that on the inside or the outside. But with the exhaust right there, I almost feel like it's best that it points out and I just loop around because I'm running it to the back. So it's gonna have to work. All right. Oh, good. So, trying to figure out the best place. And, well, I've already unlocked. Okay. So, I flipped the brackets around. So, I'm about to drill a hole right here. If we look on the back side, so I might come from here, but if I drill a hole up here, yeah, right here, go through, mount the Schrader fitting, and then yeah, should be good right there. Awesome. Ugh. Okay. And then I'll mount the Schrader. Alright, so. Ow. Alright. So, we have air running here, the line up here. It comes with these clips, 1/4 inch hole, push the clip through. Yeah, I have some zip ties in some spots. And then into the line. And then basically the same thing on the other side. Alright. I think ideally it would have been like to the center and then up, but I don't quite know where it would have. My biggest concern was this exhaust, which I still had to address here. It's like not on it. It's probably closer than I want it. We'll see what it does. So the next step, I have a portable air pump that I've used a handful of times. All right, well, I'll figure out that compressor, but it definitely raised it. I will load some stuff in here, but there's definitely some lift. And I went through and all the connectors, you get, for me, it was better to tighten without gloves on. And that's probably the same for most people. But a little bit of monster truck mode. You know what? I'm going to take this outside. Let's see how it looks. Maybe I'll lower it just a hair. And yeah. For those that don't recall, here is the, I haven't ran this since yesterday. Light goes out, fires up right away. Truly insane. So I can adjust that rear height, but there's stuff I need to load up. So I'll just wait until that happens. We have the caps, the plugs in. I'm telling you, the only thing I still need to do is that dang radio, but it's a little lower on the priority. Will say, hey, read the instructions, guys. Read the instructions. I'm gonna put this back at the garage and finish up in there. Had some hiccups today, but ultimately we found the solution, right? So, that's basically it. Maggie Valley prep done. Rear air shocks installed. That was, honestly, if I had had those, I could have kept those tires on those wheels, could have gone a bit further with things, could have, a lot of stuff, right? But I didn't. Now that I have the right stuff in here, ideally before I load up on any trips, I'll just make sure that I hook up shop air, whatnot. I'll bring that compressor, and I think the issue was things weren't tight. Honestly, I really think that was my concern. But, yeah. So, next 2 weekends, I'll be at shows. And then that's probably it for about the year. I hate to say that. Or at least for the next couple months, because Scirocco. Quick update on the Scirocco. 020 transmission that's in here. I'm pulling it. I'm picking up a couple 02Js, and I'll figure out which is the best one. One of them was a fantastic deal. He just wanted the money, he paid for it. And I appreciate that. Over the next couple days, I'm gonna start pulling some stuff. Maybe that'll be next week's video, I'm not sure. I had to order some things. I did get a new clutch in already. Okay. I do have tires for the wheels. I had to order new springs because I only have the springs for the front struts, but those are the race springs. I'm not trying to race. B, they're a lot firmer than I probably want. So there's that. There's a couple parts, but I'm talking to someone about helping me out with some of those. Yeah. It might just be disassembly for the first video, and then we'll start plugging stuff in when I come back from Maggie Valley and lowered on the lawn, okay? Basically, because I leave in 3 days for Maggie Valley, up there for 4 days, come back for 4 days, leave for 3 days, and then I'm back for basically until the rally, okay? So in those days that I'm home, I'll be plugging away on stuff. Trying to see if I get at least a couple people come over. Maybe we do a big wrenching party or what have you. Also, let me know. I think this might be an opportunity for me to do like a daily update. We're talking like 5-10 minute videos of like the big things I pulled out or worked on that day, okay? I say that, I don't know what kind of workload it is. Even if I do it just a couple extra throughout the week, let me know if you guys be interested in that. As always, guys, I appreciate everyone watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, there's always a solution. bye.